Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Let's talk about leadership. I want to do a Warriors group, Sunday Warriors group. Every Sunday I like to try to do this where I take several quotes or statements from my morning studies. Up early, it's 3:30 in the morning, just couldn't sleep. I was watching a very long and boring leadership conference with a bunch of different speakers, and I wrote down some interesting points. Save you the trouble of having to suffer through what I suffered through, and we can just get through some of the meat of this. So I want to talk about leadership, and of course, this is all going to be from my own personal twist, my own personal opinion, and if there's any of these points that you guys want to expand on or whatever, feel free to chime in the comments below. Let's just get right into it. I may have to skip through some of these rather quickly because I got a lot to talk about. The first one is leadership equals influence, not affluence. So I'll read that again. Leadership is influence, not affluence. So that's how we would define leadership, is how influential that you are. It's just important just to make that distinction in the beginning, because some people kind of think that leadership is how much money you got. You got a really nice car and a big house, you're a millionaire. People think that they're leaders. Hey, listen to me, I'm the richest guy in the room. I'm so rich, I should just naturally be the leader. There's a lot of people that put rich people on pedestals, and they kind of think that, well, if that motherfucker's got money, he must be doing something right. Look, he must be smart. He can't be that stupid if he's rich. There's a lot of stupid, really bad people that are rich. Stop thinking that just because a guy is rich that he's smart and good. Stop thinking that he's better than you because you work at a gas station and he owns 1,000 gas stations. Let's go on to the next one. Nobody follows someone who follows trends. A great leader creates trends. So nobody follows someone who follows trends. A great leader creates trends. If you're following trends, if you're jumping from one fad to the next, if the popular belief is your belief, the popular style of clothing is your style of clothing, look at yourself. Go look in the mirror. Do you fit in with a crowd of 1,000 people? You look just like them? It's funny how a lot of people think they're individuals, especially on college campuses. And when I got up to UCLA for my first time, there's an ocean of people, just thousands of people walking around there, and they're all wearing the same uniform. They all think they're individuals. They all extremely, passionately believe that they are individuals. And they're all wearing hoodies and backpacks and baseball caps, every single fucking one of them. Every single one of them. Such an individual. You have to be able to be willing to be creative. Creative people, by definition, creativity is beyond the norm. It's going above and beyond just what's normal. Creative people are different. Creative people are often leaders. You might be able to tell just by the music you listen to. If your favorite band is the most popular song on the radio, there's a good chance you're not a leader. Just a follower. If you're punch drunk in love with the same politician that everybody else is in love with, and going around spewing like a parrot, just regurgitating the same fucking talking points that everybody else is, there's a good chance you're not a leader. Let's go on to the next one. If it's important for you to be liked, then you're probably not a leader. I think that's pretty obvious. If it's important for you to be liked, then you're probably not a leader. So if you're searching for validation, then you're probably really not strong in leadership skills. A leader understands that they can't please everyone. You have a group of people, and you guys want to, in a democratic way, decide what to do. It's rare Sometimes it happens, but it's rare that you'll get, especially in a large group, it's rare that you'll get 100%, where every single person is like, fuck yeah, that's a great idea, let's do it. I mean, you know what this is like with your kids. You have your wife and your kids, and you guys are all just trying to make a simple decision, and sometimes it can be a nightmare. Sometimes you just have to make that executive decision, right? You know what the executive decision is, where you're like, all right, this is what we're going to do. Because you're done listening to all the bullshit, and you know that not everybody's going to be happy. One of your kids might be whining in the car ride, and you're just like, shut up. You're not going to coochie-coo them and be like, oh, it's okay, what's wrong? They'll get over it. This is what's happening. If it's important for you to be liked, then you're really just a follower. You're looking for those attaboys, those good boys, those pat on the head. If you're checking your social media all the time to see if someone liked your post, as opposed to liking other people's posts, to go look for somebody's post to like and support them, I really want to support this guy and make him feel good or make her feel good. That's one way to look at social media. And if you're going on there to check your own feed to see if someone liked that meme that you put up, and you feel really good, it's really trending, you're getting a lot of hits on it, and that makes you feel good. You look at it all day and you're like, fuck yeah, 1,000 likes. Patting yourself on the back for it. You're not a leader. Let's go on to the next one. If without you looks like with you, you're not a leader, you're a placeholder. I'll read that one again. If without you looks like with you, you're not a leader, you're a placeholder. If they could take you out of the mix, just remove you from that recipe, and the whole scene looks the same, everything tastes the same without you in it, it didn't really matter. You're not a leader. If your friends group doesn't completely fall apart without you, then you're not a leader. If your family doesn't fall apart, if they can pretty much survive just fine without you, you weren't a leader in that family. If your business can go on without you on a daily, weekly basis, you're not a leader. When my grandmother died, it dawned on me for the first time that she was the most powerful person in the family. I had always thought my grandfather was the leader of the family. I honestly did. Because my grandfather's the richest. And it just kind of seemed naturally that since he was a boss and executive and he had all the money, and that he was the shot caller in the family. My grandmother. When my grandmother died, and I have a big family that's on my mother's side, that family collapsed. Imploded on itself. Nobody talks to anybody anymore. Nobody cares about anybody anymore. People are talking shit. Whole sides of the family have now just separated forever. The family is now scattered, whereas it used to be incredibly tight-knit. She was the glue that held it all together. One person. I had no idea that she was doing so much. Let's go on to the next one. If you're not a leader, you're a follower. You have to pick one. Pick your role. There's either leaders or followers. There's no in-betweens. I mean, there's these occasional dudes that you meet that feel like that they're just wandering this world alone or on their own path without influencing anyone or any kind of influence upon them, like these lone wolves, and that's not true. If you do that, you have to move to the woods and grow a beard and wear overalls and drink moonshine and that kind of lifestyle. Maybe if you're some hillbilly on a mountaintop in West Virginia and you haven't been down to town in 4 months, then maybe that, that's true. You're in that weird third position where you're not a leader or a follower. You're just this lone wolf. But everybody else is either or. And you could even look at it more existentially, that everybody is both a leader and a follower. Because all leaders have people that they follow. There's no supreme leader. And there's no follower who can't find leadership within them. Everybody can find the leadership within them. You have leadership qualities within you. Let's go on to the next one. This is the last one. I'm doing pretty good on time. Your level of influence is equal to the level of attack that you will experience. So when you're a leader, you influence people. And your level of influence will be equal to the level of attack. A greater leader will have greater attack upon them. Attack from all directions. Attack on every single thing they say. Everything they do. They'll be attacked relentlessly and endlessly. Not by everyone, obviously, but by some people. And some of the greatest leaders have been murdered. The attack isn't just verbal. It isn't just from the critics. Look at Martin Luther King. He could have been president. Some believe that that's why he was assassinated, was because he was becoming too powerful. And I don't know about that, if it's that's a conspiracy, but there's no doubt that he was influential and that he was on a path that was greater than just giving speeches about race relations. You look at some of his final speeches, he was getting into politics, and some of the stuff he was saying was pretty powerful stuff, pretty influential stuff. And of course, he was murdered. If you find yourself being attacked, collecting haters as you rise, it just means that you're becoming more of a more influential person. More people are hearing you. And not everybody's going to vibe on your message, and a good leader understands that. But the level of influence that you have is going to be equal to the level of attack that you receive. And people that are interested in being leaders should realize that it's a lonely road. It's somewhat of a, not always, but somewhat of a solitary path. When you're a leader, you don't have huge circles of friends. If you've got a massive circle of friends, there's a good chance you're not a leader. Let's just end it here. I could say more on this topic, but the video's getting a little bit long and I got stuff to do. Thanks for watching. Have a good Sunday, guys.